So as we prepare here and cross our fingers that we get this last one to come up, I'm going to introduce our last presenter, Tyrone Rachal. Tyrone is the Senior Development Manager of Tax Allocation Districts at the Atlanta Development Authority. He is responsible for managing, marketing, and overseeing the City of Atlanta's Stadium Neighborhoods Tax Allocation Districts and serves as an administrator for commercial, retail, and mixed-use projects applying for TAD funding. Mr. Rachal also has responsibility of managing ADA's controlling entity interest as president of Imagine Downtown, Inc., a new markets tax credit program certified community development entity. Mr. Rachal's depth of financial and legal professional experience in the areas of private equity and real estate development provides him an exceptional readiness in the structure of investment opportunities. Please help me welcome Tyrone Rachal.
Thank you, Bill. I appreciate that, and considering that we are 2 or 3 minutes over, this is going to be real quick. Welcome from ULI Atlanta District Council. I bring you greetings from those guys, and I'm going to have to tell them that you guys brought 500 people in here on a day in which we have trouble probably doing half this size. But again, and from the Public-Private Partnership Council, when Bill Odell and I sit on that council, we actually twice a year go around the country thinking about best practices in the area of public-private partnerships. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Atlanta, what I do, and specifically this panel is talking about 2 of my favorite subjects. One, redevelopment areas around ballparks. That's one of my jobs. In fact, I handle that stadium area tax allocation district, which is just like TERS here. In Georgia, we have an aversion to talk about increment in taxes. So we talk about the allocation of dollars that we receive, as you can understand. And one other thing that's different is that we actually get city, county, and public school system dollars in our TAD, so that's pretty interesting. And the school district piece is about 50% of increment. So 50 employees, and we are not a part of the City of Atlanta. We are actually the redevelopment agency for the City of Atlanta. We're formed by state charter and actually have a board of directors in which the mayor of the City of Atlanta chairs. The commissioner of Fulton County is on our board. The chief administrator of the board for the Atlanta Public School System is on our board. So a bunch of political guys. But we are a house of finance and real estate development individuals. In fact, in my past life, I was a developer, an attorney, an investment banker, and I'm on my 4th career now, it sounds like. 3 primary areas. I'm going to talk to you about one of them, tax allocation districts, and a new tool that we're using, not really a new tool, but it's new to Atlanta, called the New Markets Tax Credit Program. And really what we're finding is that TADs are sort of the equity component, like your TERS. We can either reimburse over a stream of 25 years, or what we tend to do for larger districts is we will issue a tax-exempt bond against that cash flow stream and issue that in the form of grant dollars. And New Markets Tax Credit is sort of the mezzanine debt component to go along with the equity investment. TADs really, as you guys know, like your TERDs, we set a fixed cap at a particular point in time where all increment received in that district is put into a special fund. That gives us a cash flow stream to actually invest in the projects. And I'm just going to keep going since it's working here. And what we tend to do is draw large districts. And in fact, within those districts, we tend to look at multiple projects across different asset classes to diversify our risk, and we will bond against the bundle of projects. So that gives us a more efficient way to go into the municipal markets and get great rates, cost of capital rates, and also spread that risk a little bit better. All right, well, we'll start at this one. Just so you can see, there are 10 of them in the City of Atlanta. The top 6 or so have been in existence for quite, I had the slide and it went away. The top 6 of them have been in existence for quite some time, and primarily the first one was as a result of our Olympic legacy. Many of the assets that we're talking about were Olympic sites that were created for the 1996 Olympics, also including the Braves Stadium. Now, when they designed that Olympic site, they didn't think about the uses that would be around the stadium. Really what it was a land grab, and pretty much you found a place where you could put a stadium, and there was no thought at that time about how the redevelopment of the ancillary area would actually generate growth for that particular district and for those communities that were around the stadium. So We're doing it a little bit backwards. I think you guys got it the right way when you're thinking about your minor league team in the park and how you plan that together. We're actually now trying to go back in time and fill in the patchwork around our stadiums. But these things actually work very well. I got a slide up here that I do want you to see that talks about the growth rate of our TADs vis-a-vis the rest of the city of Atlanta. This is the key. I'm usually in front of a room with a bunch of folks who are throwing tomatoes at me saying, why are you giving my tax dollars to greedy developers so that they can make more money? And I'm glad that you guys aren't in that case and there are no tomatoes going. But you can look at the city of Atlanta tax digest, and we've had about 8% annual growth from the 1998 period to this is 2008 because 2009 is just being certified. The TADs, even including the 4 newest ones, which haven't had any bonds issued on them, it's about 30% per year, which is actually pretty impressive. This is the argument to say that the tool does work, and now it's our prudence to use the tool the right way. So that's the type of things that we're doing in our TAD districts. These are the 4 newest ones, and that Stadium Neighborhoods TAD is the one I really want to talk to you about because it's very similar to what you guys are doing at Imperial Sugar. And it's an interesting case study because we are just getting started in that TAD right now, and we just went through a public charrette exercise where the community is very active with our city council and telling us the types of things they want to see there. And now it's my job to go out and try and encourage that development by working with the private sector to issue incentives that increases your IRR to have you do a behavior that you wouldn't have done otherwise. That really is, in the big picture, what public-private partnership is about in Atlanta. It really is trying to manage your IRR so you will do things we want you to do. That's an interesting one. That's a base reclosure. It was Forcecom Command of the Army that is being closed, and we're actually aggressively trying to get that 488-acre site, which would be another opportunity for developers in the room that are looking at doing things in Atlanta. One more.